On the PC gaming side, we talk a lot about gaming mice, gaming keyboards, gaming speakers, all of this stuff that's designed to tailor your PC gaming experience to exactly the way you want it. And I never thought I'd be making a video on gaming mouse pads, but here we are. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at SteelSeries' new QcK Performance mouse pads. In fact, we have 3 of them. It's kind of like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. Depending on what kind of player you are at heart, one of these mouse pads is going to be the right fit for you. So let's talk about them. SteelSeries sent over their 3 new additions to the mousepad lineup for 2025 for me to check out: the QcK Performance Speed, Balance, and Control. Now, if you're like me, you never really paid that much attention to your mousepad, and I'm a fan of the XL desk mat style, and I've just been going with the flow and using whatever comes my way for years. But after going hands-on with each of these, it's clear that these are for players that are on the hunt for every inch of competitive advantage possible. And I might not be that player, but comparing each of these directly, the difference really comes down to the stitching on the mousepad itself. The Speed has this ultra-low interwoven fabric design that's so smooth your mouse almost drifts across it. And then on the flip side, the Control has high-density stitching that adds some extra drag if you're trying to make micro movements while only moving your mouse as much as you absolutely need to. And then in between these two options, you've got Balance, a pad that takes some of the speed of Speed and some of the control of Control and combines them into something that's right in the middle, your general all-around use mousepad that's good for any game. But all 3 of these do share some solid quality of life features: good stitching around the edges that'll hold up well over time. They're all 3.5 millimeters thick with a 2.9 millimeter cushion for the base, and then a neoprene rubber base that is absolutely not going anywhere, no matter how hard you're flicking your mouse around in a match. So all of that sounds great, but what's the actual difference here? Let's do a little bit of a show and tell. These are sitting at an angle, and when I throw a mouse on top of each of these, the extra drag or friction on the Balance and Control is pretty clear. The Speed glides smoothly, the Control pulls back and keeps it steady, and the Balance is a little bit of both, which is cool to look at, but let's put them to the test. I tried my luck with all 3 of these on Black Ops 6. Now keep in mind, I am definitely not a competitive player of any kind when it comes to FPS games, but I like to think that I can hold my own, and it doesn't mean that I can, but I do like to think that. Black Ops 6 with the QcK Performance Speed felt smooth and buttery. My mouse movements just kind of flowed without any kind of friction at all on this mouse pad. I was whipping around corners, spinning to land a shot, and if it's a good option for me, as someone who would not survive more than 20 seconds in a pro tournament, it's probably a good option for people that can actually dominate a lobby. Now, SteelSeries recommends the Speed for fast-paced games with speedy firefights like Apex Legends, basically any game where you're having to whip the mouse around and land shots as fast as possible. Swapping over to the Balance, it delivered the kind of gaming experience that I was used to, a mouse pad that gave me what I needed without upping the grip of the mouse on the pad or making it float around like a butterfly either. For a game like Black Ops, or even something like Delta Force or Battlefield where you might be close quarters 1 minute and then shooting across the field the next, this Balance pad fits that bill. And then we have the Control. Now, I've never been great at Counter-Strike or Valorant. I've felled my own in a few matches of Fortnite Ballistic here and there, but I do know that being precise with your shots is key in these games. Landing headshots is the difference between winning and losing a lot of the time here, and that means you shouldn't really be flicking your mouse and whipping it around like you're in Apex Legends. And that's where the Control comes in, but even in a game like Black Ops 6, you can immediately feel that added texture once you put some weight on the mouse and really get into the game. If you get used to having a little bit more of a slower textured feel for your mouse pad and combine that with some dialed in DPI settings that are more tailored to your playstyle, which is exactly what anybody that's looking at a high-end mouse pad would want to do, then yeah, the Control is going to be killer for anyone that hangs back and waits for enemies to peek a corner. But after testing all of these out as a casual player, a dude just grabbing a couple of matches on the weekend, I think that the real value in these pads is going to come down to how competitive of a player you really are and what type of player you are. I think that if you're just in the market for a higher-end large mousepad, SteelSeries has delivered on 3 solid options here that are tailored to distinct playstyles, but unless you are a high-end competitive player, all 3 of these are solid options, and the real decision maker is going to be personal preference, which is why they've got this little window on the front of every box for you to feel and test out and find which one's right for you. And if you're in the market for one of these, I would absolutely hit up a store and feel them for yourself to see if you like the coarse feel of the Control, or the smoothness of the Speed, or the mouse paddiness of the Balance, because it's pretty standard. And I almost forgot to mention, I stuck with the Speed, that one staying on my desk, because it's the one that I enjoyed the most. It had the best feel to it, and it's something that I could see myself using in the long term because it's just so smooth. So out of the 3, that's my pick. Now, all 3 of these, the QcK Performance Speed, Balance, and Control, are all out now, and they come in 2 different sizes. Larger if you're into bigger mouse pads that still leave some desk space, or extra large if you're interested in something that's more like a desk mat with unlimited room to move around. I also just like the look of larger mouse pads, so that was the move for me. This this one is staying on the desk. But I would love to hear from you down below. What do you think about mouse pads that are tailored to specific playstyles? And you've got to give SteelSeries credit. I have not seen any other mainstream competitors out there talking about mouse pads quite in the same way that SteelSeries is with these options. And out of all of these options here, which one fits your playstyle the most? The control with more grip, the speed with more speed, or the balance that's kind of a blend of both? And of course, if you're new here, you like what you see and what you hear, hit that subscribe button for videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop, and I'll catch you on the next one.